My name is Gillian Kendall and I'm a careers and employability advisor. So whether it be that you're unsure about where your career can lead after you've completed your degree, or maybe you want some hints and tips and pointers with regards to how to make yourself more employable as you're going along in your studies. So when we think about it, and obviously you're in your first week at UCLan, you're probably thinking, why is somebody from careers coming to see me? But what we found and what experience has found from our institution, UCLan, but also others, is that students on their studies, if they then take advantage of opportunities that are available to them through clubs and societies, through other opportunities at UCLan's, maybe like summer internships, and maybe other things that are available externally, we found that then it's a higher chance that students are then recruited when it comes to the end of their studies. So this is why it's a gentle introduction today of what our service is about. So our aim is to support students and recent graduates in achieving their individual career goal. So at the moment, your career could be the thing that's the completely furthest thing from your mind. However, hopefully this will just plant the seed and you're aware of what careers does and what we offer. And then maybe then in your third year, you might then decide to come and see us, or you might think that you might come and see us once in first year, maybe second year and then third year, so that you've then prepared yourself for that ultimate goal. So currently, all our career staff are working from home, and it's looking likely that we're not coming onto campus until the beginning of November. Generally, this is where we're based. We're based in the Foster building. This is up until the new big massive building that's being constructed at the moment. Up until that's completed, then careers are based in Foster building. So you can see to the right hand side of the slide that again there's another new building, which is the EIC. If you walk down Kendall Street, that little street, that takes you down then to the Foster building, and you can see on the right hand side the pharmacy. If you walk through those two set of double doors, just there immediately on your left after the stairs is then careers. So in under any other circumstances, then you would have been able to drop in there and you would have been able to make an appointment. But as it stands, we're not there. However, we'll talk further about how you can get hold of us, because you can contact us by phone, by email, and then also on our Career Edge system, which you all have access to. But for the future, and hopefully then come November, we'll be then on campus, and we'll either be based in Foster, or maybe we might have to move somewhere else, maybe such as the library. But keep an eye out on our social media and also on our website, and hopefully they'll be updated with where our location is going to be. So I'd mentioned there with regards to keeping up to date with where we're going to be at. Then you can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook. We've also got a careers website. So if you Google UCLan careers, it just comes straight up and you'll be able to click on there and see what careers is all about. You can also email us, and I've got the details in a further slide, and then also go on to our Career Edge system, which is a system specific for careers, which has got jobs, hints and tips about self-awareness, doing self-awareness assessments. With regards to UCLan Careers, we also pride ourselves on doing a number of events and getting employers to visit the campus and do talks. And what we've been doing over summer, because we haven't been able to get employers onto campus, is to do some webinars. So they can be then obviously watched back at a later date. And if you go on our Career Edge system, then you'll be able to find those webinars that you can then go back onto, which is then anything from looking at CVs to maybe then looking at and having a guest speaker who then talks about the international process and the changing of visas. So we're also looking at putting on a number of virtual events this coming academic year, and we're looking at doing a virtual biosciences careers fair, and that'll be on the 11th of February. It's been really successful these past couple of years that we've done them on campus, so hopefully doing it virtually again will be another successful event. And as first years, it's a good idea to start to see what companies are out there, and just to see what their offer, and hopefully again it'll just give you that little bit of insight that they're moving forward, and you might want to do a placement in your second year out in industry, or then maybe even just third year, then you want to get maybe a graduate scheme. It'll just be able to plant those seeds. And we do a massive careers fair as well. That's to do with all the graduate schemes, and generally we do that in November, but this year it is likely that we're going to be doing something again like a month in February of 2021, and again, you know, feel free to drop into that virtual space. So in careers at the moment, we've got a split of two separate appointments that you can have, one with a careers officer and one with a careers advisor. So a careers officer, they offer a short appointment, like a drop-in, and that's still being done virtually, whereby you've just got a short input from that advisor, and generally they look over CVs. They also start to give you hints and tips with regards to where to look for work and work experience and placements. So on there it says about no appointments are required, and if we were on campus that would be the case, but when it comes to virtually, we need to make that appointment to ensure that we can virtually meet. So you will need to make that. But if you go onto our Career Edge page or ring up careers and ask if you can have an appointment that day, it should then be able to be made quite seamlessly. Then there's careers advisors, which I am, and we provide more in-depth appointments which last roughly about 45 minutes. Again, those are run virtually. We do it over Teams, and we send you a link to that particular appointment, and then we can then talk about things about exploring your career options, identifying your skills and experience, advising on application forms, also mock interviews, and looking at anything to do with the employability side of things, you know, getting yourself that job, but also as well talking about where your career and where your degree could actually lead you. So I've mentioned about Career Edge, and you can see at the bottom, at the bottom of there, the Career Edge link, but I've got something further on. So at the moment, you might not really have a clue where to start, what you're thinking about with regards to your career. And we think that Career Pulse is a really good place to start. So I've circled that with regards to what it looks like on our system. And what I was then hoping to do, if hopefully with the beauty of technology, I should be able to click into here. So if you go onto Blackboard and look for our careers emblem, which is a hexagon with an arrow in it, or if you Google UCLan Careers, and then you will then click on the link. If you go to the bottom of the page, then you'll come to Career Edge. If you put in your student username and password, you'll then come to this page. If you click on that you're a current student, and you click on that, then you then should come into our Career Edge system. So as you can see, there's all different information on here. So with regards to career webinars, you can click them there on this panel at the top. Then also within latest news, that you can find things with regards to webinars and jobs. But also there's these boxes here that can also help you with anything to do with careers and employability. So for the next couple of minutes that I've got, then we'll talk about what options are available to you. So the Career Pulse is to find out about how employable you are, and to see where you are with regards to your employability. It will then offer you a report about what your next steps then should be. So you can then click in there, and you'll then be able to see that report, and it'll give you hints and tips and options of which resources to then look at. So Like I say, you know, it's there talking about your self-awareness, interviews and offers and career possibilities. And, you know, there's endless of reams of information that you can look at all in one day, or you can then come back to that. If then you think about, oh, you maybe fancy trying to get a part-time job, maybe even a virtual job, because there's quite a number of those virtual internships, you might start to do those, and you need a CV. So you might have got a CV, so you might maybe want to get that reviewed by one of us, a careers advisor, and we can do that, and we endeavour to offer you feedback within 3 working days. You maybe don't have a CV, you don't know where to start, it's all very overwhelming. So you then might want to then click in the CV builder, and it takes you through step by step how to then go through making your CV. With a lot of organisations now, they're using AI, which is artificial intelligence, and it's basically where employers have set what skills and experience they're looking for, and if that's not hit within the CV and the computer can't recognise it, your CV will automatically get put into the no pile rather than the yes pile for an actual human being to read the CV. So this CV 360, within I think it's 5 or 10 seconds, will give you a report on your CV and give you hints and tips about what maybe the structure and layout, and tell you and give you a critique with regards to that. What we would then advise you is, after you've done your CV 360, is then to send that to us for a review, upload your CV, and we'll then be able to do that for you, because then we can look more at the content, and also we can double check the spelling and grammar for you. Generally, a CV needs to come with a covering letter. So again, hints and tips about how to build a covering letter. With regards to the interview simulator, now this one is a really important one, and you can go in here and you can actually conduct a mock interview on this platform without actually physically coming in to see us at Careers. I think it's a really good way that you can self-critique yourself. You can do it so it's visual, so as long as you've got a computer, laptop, a tablet that has got the camera and the microphone, then you can set it up to maybe to see and hear yourself, or you might just want to hear yourself, and then you can then critique yourself. You can, if you didn't want to do that, you can look at then a whole ream of interview questions, and it will then give you hints and tips about how to answer those interview questions. So if you bear with me, then it'll bring up these questions and you can see. So it gives you examples of openers about you, company specific, role specific, work history, etc., etc. And you can see here, you know, what has prompted your job search. Maybe somebody will ask you, how did you prepare for the interview? So you could look in here, and there'll then be video hints and tips, but also do's and don'ts, and you know, how did you prepare? So if you then wanted to conduct a mock interview, you can then do a custom built one, a pre-built one, and it will then video you doing that. Okay, so again, at this stage you might not feel that that's relevant, but obviously bear that in mind as you're going through to your second year to your third year. A lot of big organisations, so the big like pharmaceutical companies, they will conduct assessment centres as part of their recruitment process. So again, in there, loads of useful information about how to conduct yourself in assessment centres, hints and tips about assessment centres, and also feedback from employers about what they're looking for. With regards to applying for jobs, largely that's done online now, whether it be through a CV, and they'll initially ask for that, or you to fill out an online application form. Then from there, some organisations will then ask you to do some aptitude tests. If you click on this link here, it will take you to examples of different aptitude tests. So you can then practice, because these tests are timed, and you can then look at your speed and accuracy with regards to numerical tests, verbal reasoning, and maybe situational judgment. Those are the 3 main areas that employers look at with regards to aptitude tests. However, there's also ones on critical thinking, the E-trait exercise, that employers want to see that when they're putting you under pressure, how do you then cope with that? How do you cope with the tasks that they're asking you to do? And so that's where these aptitude tests come in, and they're really useful to practice. As far as an elevator pitch, that's something that is a 60-second pitch, the time it takes you to get from one floor to another in a lift, in an elevator, and how you can then pitch yourself to an employer. This is really good as well when thinking about the personal profile of your CV. So again, you can utilise that for interviews, but also with regards to your CV. So lastly, with regards to the job search, there's all different areas that you can look at with regards to job search. So you click onto that, you put in there about what jobs you're looking for, and then it will then bring you up a list of opportunities of things that it'll search across the whole of the internet, or it'll also be from organisations that have contacted UCLAN specifically wanting to see our students. So there's industry reports, you can click in there and get information with regards to your industry, also help with regards to building your LinkedIn network, and then also getting information with regards to, again, identifying companies that you could start searching and looking for jobs. So there's different assessments here that you can then look at with regards to, personality insight, your strengths, your motivations, and you might find that those assessments are really useful to you when thinking about your CV and applying for job opportunities. So that's the end of my presentation. It's a real whistle-stop tour. And as far as our opening times, those are still correct. Monday to Thursday, 9 till 5, and Friday, 9 till 4. You can contact us via phone, the telephone number's there. You can contact us via email. You can go online through our Career Edge system. And then also there's Facebook and Twitter.